just before we come back with the two games today, returning early with two draws, the FA Cup and the Europa League second knockout round, starting with the latter. So into the last 16, the last 32 ties just been played, and for Wolverhampton Wanderers, will be taking on, in the last 16 of the Europa League, thank fuck it's not Real Sociedad, as we still wait to be drawn out of the hat. We're still waiting, and it's Sporting Lisbon away from home. Now, Sporting have got a great tradition of having great academy talent, including a wonder kid in the game who we saw in the last episode has now moved to Liverpool, so I'm glad that move's gone through. But it's a decent side. There are some decent players in there. I don't see any standout wonder kids yet, but for the most part, he looks like a wonder kid. He is a wonder kid. But for the most part, I think that's a team we're probably slight favourites for. I don't think that'll be easy, but it's Sporting Lisbon in the second knockout round. First leg away in Portugal. I think that's quite an even one, but we'll be slight favourites for it. Yeah guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another episode of the FM Reboot. It's episode number 55, and today we're returning with another triple header, back to back baby. We've got both legs against Sporting Lisbon first away, then at home in the Europa League second knockout round, is sandwiched in between that big game against Leeds United as we aim to keep pace with the league leaders Arsenal. Before we get to the games though, shall always be getting on off camera. And of course, in the last episode, you saw our three games against the Manchester sides. First one drew away at Old Trafford in the FA Cup fourth round. A 3-0 loss at the Etihad Stadium, only our second loss in the Premier League this season. Then a victory over the Red Devils at Molineux in the replay of the fourth round. 4 games off camera, 3 in the league, 1 in the cup, and as you can see, 4 straight wins in what has been our best season for Wolverhampton Wanderers. We're out of the January slump now. February's arrived, now we're into March, and now we're starting to pick our form up. So we have a 1-0 victory at home to Bournemouth. This was a bit of a lucky win, I must admit here. Trincao scored our opening goal of the game. What a ball to the far post, and a great finish as well in the only goal of the game. But Bournemouth put us under a relentless amount of pressure towards the end of the game. You see Unai Simon's rating here, 8.1. He is leading the race right now for the Golden Glove on merit. Dude's been an unbelievable signing of the season, I would say. Following that 2-0 victory away at Pride Park against Derby County. This one a bit more simpler. Francisco Trincao again, bagging a brace in this one. Both goals like crosses to the back stick. For both of the goals, absolutely brilliant balls to the far post, and Trincao just seems to ghost off the man and find a space to smash them both in. The second assist, lovely ball by Keita in a 2-0 win. Following that, FA Cup 5th round progress against the Championship side Bristol City by 2-0 at Molineux. Missed a penalty earlier through Jimenez. He's got 20 for penalties, but I swear, like, since season 1 when he was lights out, he tends to miss like 33% of them now. Missed the first one so badly, the goalkeeper just caught it. He didn't even need to parry it, but Jota right before the break, and then he made amends 2 minutes before the end of the game, heading in a Brandon Williams cross in a 2-0 victory. And our final game in a run off camera away at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace, won the game by 2-1. Fabio Silva scoring our first goal 11 minutes in, then Keita headed in a Buendia free kick right before the break. Missed a penalty again. Trincao in the second half, whilst Palace will grab a late goal. Thankfully, it proved to be nothing other than a consolation in a 2-1 victory there, which means in the Premier League, as you can see, we're still in second. Ever since Arsenal leapfrogged us and gone top, we just haven't been able to reclaim top spot. The good news is we've kept a great separation between where we are and 5th place. So whilst Chelsea have the game in hand, if they win that, the gap will be cut to 10. We've got a far superior goal difference record, and I feel very confident in the final 10 games we'll finish in the top 4. That was my main aim heading into the season regardless, but we're still neck and neck with Arsenal. It doesn't feel like we're in a title race this season, but we are. So we'll push them every step of the way, but as we know, Arsenal's form has just been absolutely sublime. A couple of slip-ups, but other than that, I mean, they've been lights out since December. Brilliant. And I don't think there's anything else to show you in the run off camera, so let's dive into the first of the 3 away in Lisbon against Sporting. As we know, we mentioned it when the draw was made, they got a fantastic record of producing fantastic academy players, and this will be our team tonight. A couple of players that are down right now. Pedro Neto is still on that long-term injury. Eric Bailly had a long-term injury, well, thigh strain, but still a few week injury, and also Max Aaron's also got a few week injury as well, twisting his ankle in the win over Derby. This will be our team 4-2-3-1. Unai is in goal, but for is like Nuri, Big Chris, Johan and Semedo of Ward-Prowse and Forsby through the middle. Jota and Trincao the wingers, with Buendia supporting Jimenez, our top scorer this season. On the bench, Henderson, McTominay, Williams gives White, Jordao, Traore and Silva as well. First of the 3, it's the first leg. Get a couple of away goals and I'll feel confident. Come on, Wolves. Yeah, I think we probably are slight favourites for the game heading into this one. Again, our team has just developed so well, especially in the past couple of years. But I don't think it'll be an easy tie, no doubt about that. I think the first leg, though, is crucial. Win the game by a couple of goals, and I'll feel confident indeed. It's Big Crispus, a lovely ball through to Nuri down the left-hand side. Jota crosses, Trincao flicks down, and Buendia smacks it in. If he's not scoring right now, he's setting him up. Trincao's on fire. I love it when one of your players just goes into absolutely sublime form and he just doesn't show any signs of stopping that. Trincao at the moment, his awareness, his finishing, and now his assist making as well is just a joy to behold. 1-0 Wolves, perfect start. 2 minutes in, already grabbed the away goal. Sporting looking for an instant response, and they might be able to get one down this right-hand side. Nuri comes across, but can't deny the cross, and Mac Allister, the former Brighton man, makes it 1-1. I didn't think this would be one-sided. Sporting peg us back instantly. Yeah, Sporting have got a really nice mix of young wonder kids and good experienced players, and then players in their prime as well. Like the way they've managed their squad sort of age is really good, like really good. Some good leaders in there like Kramer and Joel Matip and so on. Then you've got the wonder kids as well, one playing right back who got the assist for their goal. And again, some players in their primes like Mac Allister too. So this is going to be a fascinating tie, this, as Raul Jimenez spreads it out wide towards Diogo Jota. And the Portuguese winger looking for space as he comes into the area. 2 men to beat, cross to the back stick, and there's Jimenez. And this season, I preferred our number 9 to Silva. Top scorer, not letting me down. Exactly what I wanted. Couple of away goals here in Portugal, and we've got them 20 minutes into the game. But I don't want to take our foot off the gas pedal here. Keep on going. Try and get a cushion and get some more goals as Trincao fires over. This is what I wanted, asserting our dominance early on in the game. We've been known for our defence this season, but we can always score goals. And that man should have had his brace. What an awful finish. I just said a moment ago there, I think he's been better than Silva this year, and he has been, but what on earth was that as Sporting look to peg us back again? Nuri will clear the cross and will come away possibly on the break. Jota looks to turn his man and leave him in the dust, away down his left-hand side, taken down, but keeps hold of the ball, shrugs him off. Jota still inside the area, 3 green shirts to beat, so wisely pick it back towards Nuri. Ward-Prowse takes a touch, gets it out of his feet, and Buendia back to Nuri as we slow the pace down, but now Buendia says sod that, I'm charging into the area. Tripped up, and that might be a penalty through VAR. I swear it's VAR central in FM21. I think it needs to be toned down for next year. A penalty is indeed given, but yeah, I think VAR, and again, it's realistic because it's used so heavily in real life. Don't get me wrong, I totally understand that, but sometimes it's going to break the flow of the game up as Raul Jimenez scores and redeems himself after his earlier miss from the spot. Makes it 3-1 and we get our 2-goal cushion. Yeah, it just seems to happen a little bit too frequently for my liking, and I get the idea as to why FM have done it, to add to the realism like you see in the real games so often, but it just can disrupt the flow and the rhythm and the tempo of games, especially when decisions like that I'm okay with because they're made in a split second or in a couple of seconds, but it's when the ref has to go all the way to the 4th official stand, that's when it just slows the pace of the game down, as Trincao is dispossessed, but Jimenez crossfields to Jota. That is absolutely brilliant. That first time ball, perfect. Now Jota looking for a teammate, gets around his man, crosses, Buendia's shot blocked. We could be 4, 5, 6-0 up here. Instead, after a poor finish, I'm disappointed we've only scored 3. Jimenez has missed 2 brilliant chances. He could have had a hat-trick in this first half easily, but instead, we are 3-1 up. And again, this is a result I would have taken. Sporting would need to score 3 at Molineux at this point, where we've not lost all season long. Take another couple of starters at the break for Gibbs, White and Jordao. Those are Buendia and Trincao, just so that we fit enough to play against Leeds. And, well, that wasn't the plan, but hey, I'll take it. Jordao's first touch, I think, since coming off the bench, a minute and a half into his game, and he's just got our 4th. I've mentioned Nuri a few times. This guy is fantastic. He's got just over a year left in his contract. He'll get a new deal at the end of the season. But I'm so surprised there's no interest from major European clubs. He's brilliant, especially when going forward. His crosses are just so dangerous. Well, I was definitely going to do 3 games today and do the second leg as well, but I thought it would be a bit tighter than this, to be honest. as Ward-Prowse's cross is headed away, but Gibbs White picks it back up. At this point in the second leg, as Jordao rifles in his second, I can feel the weakened side in the second leg, and that is a huge luxury, and I talk about it so often, but if you can get yourself separation in the group stages of a European competition, then being able to rest your entire team, sometimes for both match day 5 and in particular match day 6, is a big boost. And it's the same in knockout ties as well. If you win the first leg and dominate so comfortably, you can rest almost your entire team in the second leg, especially if you're coming back home. That's what we'll be doing, 5-1 in the first leg. Job done, and then some. That is exactly what I wanted. Sporting might have got a leveller straight after we scored the opener, but when you look at the XG there, firm winners, and certainly deserved as well. So yeah, for that game next week, we can rest our entire team, because we've got 1 foot and probably a few toes on the other foot into the quarterfinals. And we are just about to see the draw for the FA Cup quarterfinal as well, so we'll see who we'll be taking on. You've still got Man City and Chelsea in there. I saw Arsenal were knocked out in the previous round, but Spurs are still there, Everton are still there, Leicester are there, and Newcastle and West Ham are the other teams as well. So in the quarterfinals, we'll have Everton. Oh, we've matched up with them quite a few times so far in the FA Cup, and we've got them again. Okay, alright, Everton away at their glorious new stadium, and we often struggle against Everton. They're in 12th in the Premier League this season. They dumped out of the FA Cup a couple of years ago in the 4th round. That'll be a tricky tie there. Once again, I think we're slight favourites for it, but it won't be an easy game. Absolutely no doubt about that. Tough tie. So moving on to the second game, just before we get there, Chelsea are playing Arsenal at midday in this the Saturday the 8th of March, and I want to see whether the Blues can do us a massive favour there, meaning if we beat Leeds, then we could go top of the table. Did they do that or not? Let's find out. They did not. The Gunners just cannot drop points at the moment. Liverpool also beat Aston Villa, though Spurs did lose at home, so Watford, though, they're way off the pace right now, and Man City versus Crystal Palace, that should be a banker there for Man City. But Arsenal, I mean, we're still in this title race, and if we beat Leeds, we'll cut the gap to 1 again, but no one can stop the Gunners right now. They are just dominating. But we will try and push them every step of the way in the remaining 10 and 9 games. We've now got Leeds at home here, as they try desperately to get themselves back into European contention. So big game for both teams, really, as we do try and cut the gap on Arsenal once again. So one change to our team on the back of the victory in Portugal, and this will be the lineup. Unai's in goal, same back four, same midfield duo, same attacking midfield trio, but Silva comes in for Raul Jimenez. That's the only change. On the bench, Henderson, McTominay, Williams, Gibbs White, Jordao, Traore, and Raul as well. Second out of 3 games, quickest lineup introduction I've done. Go on, Wolves, let's get a big one here. Yeah, I'm going to rest practically everyone on that Thursday night against Sporting here at Molineux. So as Harris' shot is blocked, and we shall scramble it away. Big opportunity in our next couple of games here again. Leeds at home, where we haven't lost all season long. Yes, they've been doing well this season, but we're still favourites for it. And then Watford, who have struggled mightily. Keeping the pressure on Arsenal is all we can do, man. Like I said before, you can't worry about what the other team's doing, whether they slip up or not. You just got to do your job, and that's all you can do. Hope for the best, but just always do your job. As 2 minutes in a game at home where we've not lost all season long, we're down. Brilliant. Do your job. Proceeds not to do our jobs, and Lundalu beats 3 players in the air, including Big Chris, Morton, and I'm not sure who the other one was there, but we've fallen a goal down very early on, and we're yet to get going. Well, this was not in the script. I'm going to fire up my team because we have not got going yet. Maybe some jet lag coming back on the plane. I'm not entirely sure, but still, down by a goal. I think we'll get some chances. I feel confident of that, as Silva is sent down the left-hand side. The key is taking them. Cross-headed clear. Leeds get it on the deck, and as Buendia robs his man, we'll take that little bit of luck. Tackle, deflected straight back into his path, and we'll take it. Emmy with the goal, back on level terms. Is it just me, or are we zoomed out quite a bit here? Feels like I'm zoomed out quite a bit. Anyway, Semedo picks the ball up and finds Trincao down the right-hand side. Looking for a quick turnaround here. We should have got it. We should have got it. Fabio Silva, I don't know whether he's sulking or having a crisis of confidence, but this season, I don't know what to say. How has he missed from 2 yards out? He wants a new contract. But he's not going to get a new contract in this sort of form. Absolutely not. The 33-year-old Jimenez has outscored him this season with less game time. says it all really, but approaching the break, still tied at 1-1. This will be a huge slip up, man. Haven't lost at Molineux all season long. Draw this game, and yes, the gap will only be 3, but it'll feel like a lot bigger of a gap because of how good Arsenal have been. I mean, the thing is, we're not supposed to be in a title race. We're not supposed to be challenging for the title. It's not supposed to be happening this year as Silva once again fails to capitalise and it's straight at the goalkeeper. So if we do drop off towards the end of the season, I'm not going to be too gutted because we've been overachieving significantly this season. But it will just feel once again like every single season practically has felt like this, where like we've had a good season and a better season than expected, but because of the way we've ended it, it's ended on a sour note, you know. Half an hour to go, still tied at 1-1. Can we find a late winner? Well, we seem to be going for this a bit more in the second half based on the stats, as Buendia sends a brilliant ball long to Silva. Is it third time the charm? It's not. He's hit it straight at the goalkeeper again. I'm bringing on Jimenez. Silva's going to be fed out to the left-hand side. But goodness, man. Raul would have buried at least one of those three. Silva's missed a lot. 3 minutes to find a winner, but we might lose the game by chasing it. Samikaz, the Greek left-back, crosses and... oh, what a huge block by someone, and then the follow-up shot saved by Unai. What a block. I swear you see a lot more blocks in FM nowadays. Like, a lot more committed defending. But still 2 minutes to go. We're going for it, but I think it's going to be a big slip-up, which will see Arsenal keep the gap at 3. Major missed opportunity. Again, we're not supposed to be here, but that is so disappointing. How do we not win that? Well, let's make amends. Third and final game of today's episode with a job basically done in the Europa League first leg of the second knockout round. I'm going to field a completely weakened side for this one on Thursday night with Watford coming in just 3 days' time. So this will be our team, totally changed lineup, and we're going to the Gegenpress, a 4-2-4 Gegenpress for this one, just to fit the players in most of the right roles. So Henderson is going to come in between the sticks, and the back four is now Keita at left back with Eric Bailly back from injury alongside Scott McTominay and Brandon Williams. Gibbs White and Jordan Alfred in the middle. Traore and Nato back from injury as well on the wings, and Viscardi and Jimenez up top together. On the bench, Unai, De Volt, Ait Nuri, Ward-Prowse, Forsby, Usman and Fabio Silva as well. It's a totally rotated side because I can't see Sporting scoring 5 tonight. Should be an easy win. Come on, Wolves. And 2 minutes into the game, we got our first highlight. The corner is cleared, but Traore picks it up and crosses, and Jimenez heads, and oh, well. I mean, I felt it could be an easy win, but that's very easy. Jimenez with a goal, 1-0. I mean, sometimes goalkeeping errors you can kind of defend. That one, you can't, I'm afraid. Nubel makes a real meal of that tame header by the Mexican, and Wolves go in front. Yeah, I mean, we were through anyway tonight, but nice to start off with an early goal. Could go 2-0 up early as well. Traore down the left-hand side has 2 men to beat, so Wisely holds it up and plays it back towards Keita, who crosses to the middle, and it's headed clear. Again, Keita is a centre mid in this team now and a deep line playmaker, but as Gibbs White slides through Jimenez, there's his second of the game. But I mentioned before, Roberto Martinez for Belgium plays Keita at left back in all of the games where he plays internationally, and it's so cool because he wasn't a left back until he came to Wolves. You remember in the very early months we had him, we played him and trained him as a left back, and I like the fact that whilst he doesn't play out for the club now, on the international stage he does play there, which makes him so much more versatile. Wolves 2, Sporting 0, Jimenez at a brace, 6 minutes in. Well, Sporting will want something to take back with them to Portugal, but as Nato dispossesses Kramer, we're away on the break. Jimenez outpaces his man, looking for the hat-trick shot block, but Viscardi turns in the rebound. We've had a lot of good fortune this year, and I'm the first to admit it, but after all the misfortune we've had, we deserve it. I'm already thinking about taking off my starters. We're half an hour into the game, but fuck it, I think I'm going to do it. Like, the game's done, so I might as well. I thought this would be a bit more of a challenging tie, if I'm being honest here. I thought we're favourites, don't get me wrong. But I thought with Sporting's superb record of producing academy talent, a couple of wonder kids in their side. I know they just lost their talisman to Liverpool, but even so, I'm surprised at how routine this has been. Usman off the bench makes it 4, and it's 9-1 over 2 legs. Sporting getting some late chances here. They want a consolation. They want something to take back with them to Portugal. McAllister's cross blocked and cleared, but our committed defending this year has told the story as to why we've been so successful. At the back this year, we've tightened up practically every single gap. It's been brilliant. And as Viscardi robs his man a chance for his second and our fifth, which he takes with ease. 10th goal of the year for Francesco. I don't want to loan him out because I've mentioned before, if you sign a player at 18 and you keep him there for the first 3 years, he'll become homegrown and train at the club. This is his second, so he'll need another full season and then he'll get the HGC. But he needs more game time. But when Jimenez is in such great form himself and Silva is our first choice striker, how do I get him the game time? Well, that was about as dominant as it gets. 5-0 here at Molineux, 5-1 away in Portugal, and 10-1 over 2 legs. I mean, again, I felt we were favourites, but Usman gets his second of the game and our 6th tonight. 11-1 is the aggregate scoreline. Now, I've got to be honest here. I don't think I've ever had an aggregate scoreline as high as that. I think this is a new record for me. 11-1. I don't think I've ever had a scoreline so one-sided. I mean, firm favourites or not, that is still mightily impressive with a backup side out there tonight. 6-0 at Molineux, and again, the proof's in the pudding. At home this season, we've been unstoppable. So, when is the draw for the next round? I think it's actually tomorrow. I think, yeah, it's tomorrow. Oh, yeah, the semi-final as well. Quarter-final, semi-final coming tomorrow. I'll do that at the very start of the next episode. And I'll also have included the Everton game, FA Cup quarter-final at Goodison Park, then Arsenal away at the Emirates as well. That is going to be unmissable. Draw for the quarters, and then 2 huge games in the Cup, and the biggest in the league of the series so far as well. Man, I'm nervous. But that was today's episode of the FM Reboot, guys. Big fan. Hope you enjoyed it. If you had, then please do drop a like. Myself to you all, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the FM Reboot very soon.